I was not a Taylor Swift fan. It was just a question of time. She couldn't. You couldn't possibly endorse Biden.
Taylor Swift endorsed Kamala Harris. What do you think?
Well, I actually like Mrs. I actually like Mrs. Mahomes much better, if you want to know the truth. But no, I like Britney. I think Britney's great. Britney got a lot of news last week. She's a big MAGA fan. That's the one I like much better than Taylor Swift.
Did you hear about the latest smackdown in the political playground? Seems like Trumpy celebrity. Nope, he's going after Taylor Swift, the queen of pop herself. So picture this. Trump, in all his orange glory, decides it's high time to share his musical tastes with the world. Spoiler alert, he's about as much of a Swiftie as a fish is a fan of bicycles. But here's the million-dollar question. Why is Trump suddenly so interested in T-Swift's tunes? Is he secretly shimmying to shake it off in his golden toilet?
Trump this morning responded to the Taylor Swift endorsement, said, not a fan. But I have some bad news. His granddaughter, Arabella, Ivanka's daughter, 2 months ago had a Taylor Swift cake. They don't need Taylor Swift. They've got some pretty darn talented singers right there in their own family.
Well, I won't back down. No, I won't back down.
Elon Musk weighed in on Taylor Swift in her endorsement, because why not? He wrote, "Fine, Taylor, you win. I will give you a child and guard your cats with my life," which is a statement so creepy it could be Trump's running mate.
Trump's tweet set off a storm bigger than his hairpiece in a hurricane. Swifties were madder than a wet hen. Political pundits were scratching their heads so hard they might have struck oil, and late-night hosts, they were grinning like kids in a candy store. Let's dive into the numbers, shall we? Trump's tweet got about as many likes as there are brain cells in a MAGA hat. Meanwhile, Swifties flooded his mentions with more angry cat gifs than you could shake a stick at. It was like watching a keyboard war between a grumpy grandpa and a bunch of tech-savvy teens. But hold on to your hairpieces, folks, because the plot thickens faster than Trump's arteries after a Big Mac binge. The real reason behind Trump's sudden music critique? It's got about as much to do with music as Trump has to do with humility. Turns out our grumpy Trumpy was more bothered by Swift's political influence than her pop tunes. In the end, Trump's tweet was about as effective as a screen door on a submarine. Swift's popularity soared higher than Trump's ego, and her fans, they were more fired up than Trump's face after a tanning bed session gone wrong. Well, folks, it looks like our favorite pop princess decided to give old Trumpy a taste of his own medicine. But instead of word vomit, she served up a silence so deafening it made Trump's tweet sound like a whisper in a hurricane.
What do you have to say to Taylor Swift now that she's in politics? Taylor Swift jumping into politics. What do you have to say to her?
And what did she say?
She said she wants people to vote for Democrats.
I'm sure Taylor Swift has nothing or doesn't know anything about her. And let's say that I like Taylor's music about 25% less now, okay?
And not Marsha Blackburn, especially.
You know, well, Marsha Blackburn is doing a very good job in Tennessee. She's leading now substantially, which she should. She's a tremendous woman.
You see, Swift didn't just jump on the political bandwagon yesterday. Back in 2018, she ditched her Switzerland act and decided to get her hands dirty in the political sandbox. She endorsed some Democratic candidates on Instagram, and suddenly, it was like she'd declared war on neutrality itself. Talk about a plot twist. But here's the kicker. Swift admitted she felt bad for not backing Hillary Clinton and suspecting orange-tinted mouse. Days went by. Trump supporters were patting themselves on the back, thinking they'd won. But Swift fans knew better. They were waiting, watching, probably stress-eating some sugar cookies with Swift's face on them. And then it happened. Swift responded with just one word. One single word. And boom. It was like she dropped a musical nuke on Trump's ego. The internet exploded faster than Trump's blood pressure at a salad bar. Memes were born. Trump's tweet became the punchline of every late night show. And Swift? She was too busy inspiring a new generation of voters to even notice the chaos she'd caused. Well, folks, it looks like Taylor Swift isn't just shaking off haters anymore. She's shaking up the voting booth. Who knew our pop princess had the power to turn Twitter tussles into voter turnouts? It's like she's waving her sparkly microphone and suddenly, bam! Young voters are appearing out of thin air. But here's the kicker. This isn't just about Tay-Tay and Grumpy Trumpy throwing shade. Nope, it's a whole new ballgame in the world of political influence. Imagine telling your grandkids, back in my day, we didn't need fancy speeches. We had Taylor Swift and her magical one-word responses. So next time you're thinking of skipping the polls, remember, if Swift can cause a voter registration boom with a single word, your vote might just be the next chart topper in the democracy hit parade. Who knows, maybe you'll be the next pop star of politics.